I might go and spend my money today. I've been working day and night and I'm in need of a break. I've been feeling so great. I got a pretty little shawty trying to ride on the wave. Whoa, I might go and spend my money today. I've been working day and night and I'm in need of a break. I've been feeling so great.
Fans, welcome back to season 2, episode 1 of the Blood, Sweat, and Tears podcast. We have a special guest today. She's the Invicta FC Atomweight World Champion. She's 9-2, and she's a past guest of the Blood, Sweat, and Tears podcast IG Live series. Check it out. We have Alesha Zappitella. Thank you for your time, Alesha, today. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm really good, thanks. It's been a minute since we've last talked, and so much has happened since then. How's life going?
Life is going pretty great. It has been a while since we talked. I really enjoyed last time we talked, so I'm looking forward to this. Life is going really well for me, though. I've won a couple of fights since we talked last.
For sure. So just get right into it then. Where did you grow up then?
Where did I grow up? I grew up in a small town called Conneaut, Ohio. I think I graduated with like 125 students. It was really small Amish country town.
And growing up there, how did you get into martial arts?
I actually started wrestling when I was 5 years old. So where I grew up is right on the border of Ohio and PA, and you see some of the best wrestling in the country there. And my brother actually grew up wrestling, so for whatever reason, it looked like fun to me, and I wanted to be like my older brother, so I started wrestling too.
That's awesome then. Did you have a favorite fighter growing up then, or?
Not really, no.
No. And how long did you wrestle before you switched into like martial arts and as a full, all spectrums, I guess I should say?
I would say that I wrestled for about 13 years before I switched over to mixed martial arts.
Okay. And so now that you're already evolved so much into your career, what does it mean to you now to be the Invicta FC Atomweight World Champion and just representing Invicta in general?
To represent Invicta, oh my gosh, it means everything. Like, that promotion does so much for their fighters. Shannon cares about us. So to be their champion and to represent them I feel pretty honored. It's the highest belt that I could have at the moment. So yeah, to hold that and to honestly, Shannon, just to give the girls a home, it makes me happy.
Yeah, I've never met Shannon personally, but just kind of the way she just runs her promotion and just kind of just everything Invicta has evolved so many great champions already to the UFC. And like you said, for your division alone, that's the highest point you can get right now is the Invicta FC champion. So for someone like you, especially to be able to have a league to show your skills, not just in Japan, it must be fun to do that, to be able to be stateside.
It is really nice because like I would like to get famous here in America. I'm from America. I don't want to go overseas. And I know when people are talking about the best promotion for the Atomweight division, ONE FC, their name does get thrown in the bunch a lot. But I don't know if you noticed, Invicta had their Atomweight tournament.
Yeah, I did for sure.
One, I don't know, they haven't had theirs.
So speaking of that tournament, then you obviously had one of your teammates fight in that tournament, Tabitha Watkins. Tell us about that experience, cornering her, going to that whole experience with the chance, knowing that she might fight you if she won the whole thing.
So going to that, it was such a fun time. There was 7 girls there that wanted to fight me, and then there's my best friend there who was fighting to make sure that didn't happen. And if she would have won, first of all, I would not fight her. Me and her are chasing dreams together. There's no amount of money that could make me fight my roommate, someone that I care about so much. But just being there and being around the energy and backstage when it wasn't my turn to fight was really cool because I really want to work for Invicta after I'm done fighting. I'd like to be a commentator, broadcaster, something like that. So being able to talk to everybody on that side was really interesting. But I actually wasn't allowed to corner Tabitha or actually go backstage at all
Okay.
because some of the girls had called and complained.
I guess that could make sense. So with you being the potential opponent, and the whole tourney was in hopes to
I
fight
mean,
you.
I train with her every single day. It's not like she's gonna get some edge for working with me for 3 more days.
So you've had a couple fights with no fans. What's it
Mhm.
like? How excited are you to get fans back?
I cannot wait to have fans back. When I'm watching the UFC fights on TV and like you can just feel the
Oh
energy
yeah.
of the crowd through the TV. Like when Brandon Moreno won that title, like, oh my God, I want to have one of those moments. I want the crowd to be there. So I can't wait. Like I chased my dreams for so long and there was no crowd there when I won my title. It was a little bit different. So I can't wait to have it back to normal.
It's funny because when I was connecting with a bunch of fighters last year, when there was no crowd, everyone kind of seemed to enjoy it, and they were like, "Oh yeah, blah blah blah." They like it, and then once that, just like you said, just that taste of energy came back,
Mhm.
that all was forgotten. Every fighter I've talked to that said that last year, like, no, like that's all farce
Yep.
now. Like the
Mhm.
crowd, the energy, even that first UFC event they had in Florida, I think it was in April or whatever. Just like
Mhm.
the first fight, you could feel. I don't know, maybe it was Texas, the one in Texas. You could just feel the energy as soon as they came out. 2 girls came out, and they just started throwing down, and it was like 30 seconds into the fight, the crowd was just screaming. There was probably only 3,000 people there, but you could just feel it already. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, like excited to have the fans back.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I'm excited to feel that. Because I was one of those. I didn't mind at first not having a crowd, but it definitely I definitely have changed my mind now.
Yeah, even me myself as a fan and journalist, like it was fun to watch because it was more of a chess match too, because
Mhm.
all the corners could hear each other, everything was so silent, and as a fan you could hear the sound, so it was more vivid in a sense. But yeah, there's nothing, you can't replace that energy, you know, and especially
Mhm.
for me who wants to be back in an arena again watching, that you can't
Right.
replace that.
Right. Completely. And like I haven't been able to watch my friends fight in a while, so
Yeah, I guess I never even thought about that. So last time we talked, we touched into how the mental side of fighting is more important per se than the physical side, and how you do manifesting, meditation, yoga, etc., practicing. What brought spirituality into your life? I feel like you mentioned you had like some kind of journey or awakening of some point. So what brought spirituality into your life?
What brought spirituality into my life was really low points. Um So I had gone to massage school and I had heard about energy. I heard about Reiki. I didn't understand it. I didn't know what it was about. Um, but it interested me. And then really where my spirituality came in at was I had some really low points and I had to figure out a lot about myself. I realized that my life wasn't going in the direction that I wanted it to go. I realized that I had so much more to offer than what I was giving the world and what I was giving to myself. And um, really that just brought me to the law of attraction, which brought me to so many other things that branch off of it.
It's crazy too. I feel like for myself, like probably like 10 years ago or so, like the law of attraction was the initial thing also that kind of that gravitated me to spirituality. And then I kind of unconsciously shifted away from that for years. I was traveling for so much, and I wasn't living like a bad lifestyle at all. I was just like unconscious living still, but
Yeah.
I still understood the law of attraction. And it wasn't until I kind of settled down again, and then just this last year of just like podcasting and everything, and just connecting with athletes, understanding, and just knowing that this is my journey now, and I just accept that. And it's fun talking to people like you and any other fighter, just hearing their goals, their dreams, sharing their story, because that's all we can do is just learn. So
Mhm.
would you consider yourself like it's a lifestyle now? Like everything you do within spirituality is just a lifestyle, it's just a way of being conscious and present in every moment.
Yeah. Being like spirituality, it is basically my lifestyle right now. I am always trying to become if I'm not trying to become a better mixed martial artist, I'm trying to become a more enlightened human being and become a better version of myself. So I yeah, it is a lifestyle. I have something to work on every day. I'm not somebody that like if I feel something I'm gonna like listen to sad songs for days, or like I'm not gonna just like ignore it. Like I will sit down and write like 7 pages until I get to the bottom of why I'm feeling the way that I am. It's really a lot of hard work, but it's so worth it. It's brought me so much more peace than I think than anything else ever has. And like I bring spirituality into like everything that I'm doing. I'm an artist. I like to paint as well, so like that's meditation for me.
Yeah, for sure. Like any kind of craft of that type deal. How how often would you say that you meditate then? Sorry, in like actual meditation sense, or do you just have other forms of meditation like art, like you just said?
So I do art at least like 3 days a week. I'm actually getting some art together to put up in a gallery, but that's
Nice,
another
awesome.
story. Thank you. I do breath work. Like breath work is built into my fight camps. It's built into my weekly thing. So that is a form of meditation. I do a lot of like binaural beats meditation stuff. That's my newest thing that I've been into. I would say probably a couple of, not every day, but almost every day.
Do you have a coach?
I do a lot of visualization as well.
For sure. Do you have a coach that you work with for your breath works and visualizations or things like that? Or you kind of just do it on your own and self work, or?
The visualizations I do by myself. But the breath work I actually do sometimes for myself, but mostly with my strength coach. He puts me through the breathing exercises, and then we also do the breathing exercises and then get into a ice bath. So it will heighten your senses, and then gotta breathe through it.
And then especially once you get to that ice bath too, it's all mental at that point, just sitting there and just getting comfortable.
It's exactly what it is. Yeah.
It's a ice bath there. There's something else, It's like that's like one of the super tests of that physical side with the mental, because I feel like there's nothing else that pushes you more than sitting in a bath full of ice.
Completely.
And then just getting comfortable.
Yeah, like honestly, it has a very trippy or psychedelic side to it. If you are in a heightened state, especially doing like the breathing exercises before and then jumping in, it almost causes a DMT type reaction inside of your body. And it could go either really good, really bad. You got to breathe through it and become mentally strong.
So you don't have to answer this then, but have you ever done DMT then?
Yeah.
And within the DMT though, would you say that's one of the things that kind of like shifted you to where you are today, at least within focus of martial arts at all, or?
Yeah, I would say that really shifted my mindset. I do a lot of vision quests and stuff now, where I will fast for days and then it'll get you to like the same like state of thinking that DMT or mushrooms or something of that sort would. But back at the beginning of my journey, it really helped me. I was in a very low place. I really thought, well, hell, I don't want to be here. So nothing could be worse. Only good could come from this. And honestly, it changed my life forever. And now it has taught me how to go into the woods for days, not drink, not do anything but drink water, and actually think through the hard things in life that most people avoid, and do that sober.
Yeah, that's pretty wicked. That's pretty insane to do. I love hearing about that. I've never done DMT personally. I'm very curious. I'm very like into psychedelics and like exploring the mind. And I had an ex-girlfriend, her family, like they were very into with mushrooms. They would have like spiritual ceremonies as a family, and they'd write out affirmations and stuff and kind of just then just go into it with a purpose. And it's kind of was so different for me. So when I was younger, it was like when I knew what I knew about mushrooms 15 years ago to what I know about mushrooms now, it was like 15 years was like to get high or whatever, right? And then now it's just like such a completely different thing. And I just learned so much in the last couple of years, just kind of dating my ex and then just learning that. And then now exactly, like if I do want to go into the forest and connect and
so I would actually like to do it ceremony style. I have done DMT before. It's pretty life-changing. It almost feels like a rebirth of a sense. You really have to let go of everything bad, and it's almost like everything that is weighing you down is just being released from you, and you come out onto the other side to pure bliss and literally the happiest feelings that you could ever feel. Some people do come back with messages or something like that. I don't really remember. I definitely saw some beings, but like I didn't remember like anything like that. But it really changed a lot about me and the way that I think and look at life.
It's crazy how like some people, they're pretty, I feel like it's still, most of the world is still kind of naive to psychedelics. They don't really understand it yet. They just kind of have that old school like 80s mindset to drugs. Every kind of drug is bad, you know? So it'll be fun with all the next few years with all the information coming out, just to see where society goes with it, because places like Colorado already have mushrooms that are legal and stuff. So things can only move forward from that. And I'm kind of excited to see where that goes.
I'm excited to see too, because there's so much research about all of the healing that it can do for your brain. And then especially being a fighter, like psychedelics can really help undo or like rewire things in the brain that might have been messed up from, you know, like a couple too many punches.
I like that keyword you said, there was healing too, because that's just so important with anything in life, not even just physically, mentally. And psychedelics are there for all of that too. I know many, like my mom, she has her psych degree, and any kind of patients that you can use psychedelics to get rid of addictions or things like that. So
definitely, they can use for so much good. And I'm like you said, I'm excited to see all the research that comes out about it, and that Colorado has made them legal.
Colorado, they're a nice progressive state there.
They are.
It's fun. I want to visit there because they have a lot of good gyms there, martial arts wise too. So
yeah, I went out there to train Leticia Torres once. So yeah, I've been out there. I'd like to go back. I didn't get to explore too much, but it was nice.
What gym does Tisha train at then?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. She trains at a couple of different gyms. Okay. So I think I went to like 3 different places to train with her.
So obviously back to fighting, you're facing a former opponent in Jessica Dalboni, and who you just fought in your last title defense. And many of the media outlets had her winning that fight. Does that give you motivation, or is that just noise?
It is what it is. Watching that fight back, hearing the commentators, like they were very one-sided. I definitely did a lot better than what they were giving me credit for. I am a little bit annoyed. Everybody's ignoring about the fact of how good my counter striking was, but it's all right. I'm excited to give it a second try, and really approach fighting her a new way, because honestly, the way that I look at it is she has one path of beating me. She has, and I have many paths to beating her. I present a lot of problems that she has to look out for, and that she can't fight me a certain way or else I'm going to capitalize off of it. So I realized that I falls in my court, and I just get a second chance at it to finish her.
Definitely. And are you excited to face her a second time too? Like just yeah, for sure. So you're living proof of the American dream. What advice do you have out there for anyone who's chasing their own?
My advice to anybody who's out there chasing their own dream, never give up. It's not easy. Usually after things come crumbling down is right before things are about to become beautiful and turn into everything you ever wanted.
That's nice. It's so lovely to hear. Oh, there you go. Last question then. After all the blood, sweat, and tears, what do you want to be remembered for?
I want to be remembered for the person that I was. I want to be remembered for being a good person that is constantly just paving a new path for all of the younger generation. And
Well, you just manifested that essence to yourself. So I have no doubts that you will be a good person and you will set a good tone
Mhm.
just for all the fighters coming up, because you're a very good person for the sport. And I've always had a pleasure
Yes,
talking to you, and I just love hearing
thank you.
side and just the spirituality side, everything. I'm just so fascinated with it. So if there's
Thank
anything you want to say to anyone before you go, how to catch you on social media, anything like that, the space is yours. And thank you again for coming on. Truly appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on. So you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Alesha Zapp, and also TikTok at Alesha Zapp. You can watch my YouTube videos at youtube.com/halfpint6. And I just want to give a big thank you to my team as normal: James Gray, Tabitha Watkins, Mary Vance, Chris Down, Hillary Down. Thank you guys.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, thanks again for coming on, Alicia. It's been truly a pleasure, and I'll get in touch with you again before your fight. And good luck in training
Sounds
camp.
good. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Bye. You too.
Well, thank you, fight fans. That was Alesha Zappitella, the Invicta FC Atomweight World Champion. It was a pleasure having her on today. Keep in touch. I have Arlene Blanco coming up for episode 2. Have a lovely day, everyone.